Hey guys, welcome back to Kams Garage. We are going to be working on our Bobcat. I thought I already hit record when I had the phone set up of us pulling the motor out, but I looked back and saw that I wasn't recording. So this is the motor that we pulled out of it. It's an old Kohler, 16 horse. It just started making a loud noise and hard to start, so we're replacing it with a Predator 670. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see how it goes. When it comes to this Kohler here, the only thing that we're going to be saving off of it are these belts, and then possibly this motor tensioner here, because we don't feel like going and buying new belts, and the motor tensioner already has a slot inside the frame on the Bobcat. Alright, we got the motor up on the cherry picker. Getting ready to set her in there to make a mock of where the motor is going to go. We got the original motor plate in here from the Kohler that we're going to repurpose. We're going to put the motor, the 670 here inside of it, and we're going to see what position it fits in, and then we're going to drill new holes into the plate. So you guys will see that when it's finished. Motor's in place and mocked up to the best of our abilities right now until we can drill holes. We have a choke set up. The motor has to still get pushed back a little bit because this belt is one size too small because it is currently touching right here and we don't want it to touch. This is how we have it sitting in here. Pretty much dead down to center. So hopefully we can get a update for you guys on it running and everything working.
Hey, welcome back. I put this door on because I wanted to see if it was going to fit when I put the battery in. You guys probably know if you're watching this, you probably have one of these or you're just watching it. This is where the battery goes. And unfortunately, this oil cooler is sticking out about an inch too much. When I have the battery in there and I close the door, I can only close the door that much, and it needs to close that much. So I'm gonna have to relocate this oil cooler. Not a big deal. Pretty much the motor is where it is. I ended up not getting a different belt. We're going to continue with that belt. We're not going to get a bigger belt because if I get a bigger belt, motor's going to have to come back even further, and I can't have that motor back any further. That motor is sitting right where the old motor used to sit, and that's where I want to keep it for balancing and weight distribution and all that other shit. And plus, then if I did that, I wouldn't even be able to have my battery in its original location, and I don't feel like moving my battery. So we'll keep the motor where it is. Once I weld that pulley up, that's a two-piece pulley, so I gotta weld it. I want to get that back on welded so I know exactly how I'm gonna line up my belt so my belt rides straight. And then we're gonna put a crowbar down in this hole right here. We're gonna crank back on it and we're gonna tighten the plate down, and that's gonna be what it is. This oil cooler is definitely going to have to get relocated. I'm thinking I'm going to put it right here. Yeah, that's that. All right. Let me show you something else here. I got this closed because I was testing where the motor is sitting right now, if it's going to hit anything, and it does not hit anything, and it doesn't rub anything, so we're good with that. While you were gone, I put a throttle cable on. Originally, if you look down here, in this hole right here, this pipe, or not pipe, but rod, this rod used to sit down in that hole, and it went back there, and control the old throttle. That's out of here. That will never work for what we're doing. So what I did was drill the hole here, which was a mess up. Drilled another hole down here. Took a bolt, drilled a hole through it, pinched the cable with these two nuts. Drilled a hole through this, I don't know what the hell you call this. Frame? I don't know, let's call it frame. Drilled a hole through it, threaded the cable through, locked it down with two nuts and bolts, sent that over to here, locked it in its thing, shoved it through the fucking dealie, and you know how that works. And then I crimped this on the end of there because it was starting to fray, and I hate when they fray. But here, the throttle is working. Watch me move over here by my handle, by my hand here. See, forward, back, and then now you'll see over there that it is working. And we have full throttle. We got balls to the wall. All right, that's it for now. When I get back from welding that, you're gonna watch me weld that pulley, and then when we get back from that, I'll align it, and I'll show you once I get everything squared up, and I'm gonna mark the holes, and then everything's gonna come out. I'm gonna drill the plate. We're gonna mount the plate to the motor, slide the motor and the plate back in, bolt that down, and then comes wiring. My favorite, wiring. I actually suck at wiring. See you when we get back. Alright, this is the pulley. It's a two-piece setup, so you can run this pulley, I guess, on different size shafts. It's the only reason I can think that they don't sell me a pulley where I'm located here in Wisconsin with this hub pre-welded in there. So what we're going to do is clean this up, and we're just going to weld this hub in here. I ain't no professional welder. I don't know if this is how this is supposed to be done. I learned from my grandpa a long time ago. But I don't even know if I'm doing it the way he told me. So this is how I do it. Need something to set that up on. good. It stayed flat. This pulley should be nice. Can't see any reason why it wouldn't be.
Alright, pulley's on, belt is put back on, motor, I got straightened right back out to how it should be. It's in line, it moves smooth. So everything should be good to go now. We should just have to drill the holes for the plate and mount it and then do all the wiring. So we'll be back with that.
Welcome back. We've got the motor bolted in tight. Got the pulley with the keyway in and tight. I snatched this bracket from underneath of here that holds the oil cooler because I'm relocating the oil cooler over here so that my battery can fit. And get back to you once I figure out where I'm gonna relocate this bracket.
This is what we have so far. We're currently working on making a bracket to go from here to the bottom part over here so it can stop the wiggle and not rely only on the hoses to hold it up. For the bracket, we ended up from right here to, we moved it right here instead of going farther this way. And we ended up just bending the fuck out of it to make it go the direction we want and not stick out too much. And it seems to fit fine.
Here's the other bracket I whipped up real quick. Put some bends in it to get it to clear. It's just a piece of flat stock. Had some white powdery shit over it. I believe it's galvanized. I think there was some galvanized on there. I'm not sure, but some white powdery shit that I wire wheeled off of there real quick. It's a piece of garbage pick metal out of the garbage. Yeah, she's gonna work just fine. Let me get that bolted up and we'll get back with you. Alright, oil cooler relocated. If I measured everything correct and did everything the way I thought it would work, when I put this door on and put the battery in, we should be able to close the door. No problem whatsoever. Everything is clear and seen very nicely in there. Try to get in there and show them. Maybe this side's better.
No, not really.
Some videos I watch, people put these motors in and they hack the battery box up, scoot it over, put smaller battery in. Not me. I got this to. This is perfect. There's perfect clearance on everything. Nothing's gonna rub. Nothing's gonna break. This is gonna be nice.
So we forgot to mention that we have to also put the exhaust back on. So here's a little clip that we recorded after the fact of us finished filming that explaining what we had to do for the exhaust. So here it is.
Let me show you what's going on here. What's going on here is this exhaust pipe goes on like this. And you see how that's not going to work at all? I believe it's not going to work because of this. I think this is hitting the back cage and not letting it line up. Plus, you can't have the exhaust shooting at your back anyway. So I'm gonna cut this tailpipe off. I'm gonna weld a plug right over that, and I'm gonna hole saw a hole over here and put a pipe coming out there. So hopefully, when this is in there, it exits where the old one exited. See all that nasty. That motor was just running like shit. That another Kohler bites the dust.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and share this video for us. We appreciate it. And stay tuned for part 3 when we do the electrical and hopefully a first test run to make sure everything's doing okay. Hey guys, welcome back. We are into the wiring now on it. We started off with the ignition here. This is the old one. We ended up having to not use it because it doesn't ground out when we turn off the ignition. Because right here, where it's supposed to be a post, there isn't one to let it ground out. So we ended up having to use the one that comes with the motor from Harbor Freight. And we have everything all crimped up together right here. And we tested it to make sure everything is all done correctly with this test light here. So if I were to turn this one hand, if I can. I can't get it to turn. There you go. It spins the motor over. So hopefully next part will be this thing running. Unless we run into more issues, so you guys will find out. Ignition is now put back in its box and wired all the way over and down to the motor, and everything works perfectly fine.
Hey, welcome back. Got everything wired up, cab bolted back down. We were gonna do everything in part 3 here, with it running and driving, but I had to order some exhaust parts and they're just not getting here. As soon as they get here, there will be a part 4 of installing the exhaust and actual driving and it doing something. But for right now, we're just gonna fire it up and show you that everything's working.
Hey guys, welcome back to Kams Garage. This is part 4 of the Bobcat repowering. My dad fabricated the exhaust fully and put it on. So this video here is just us showing you the exhausts and then him going and using the Bobcat. He plows some snow with it and drives it all around and stuff, so stay tuned for that in this video. And if you guys like this, don't forget to subscribe, share this video to your friends, and also like it. And thank you.
Alright, here's the finished product. This is the muffler that I was waiting on. And then I bought some black pipe and I made a manifold. I threaded the muffler on, and that's that. And that's it. It works. It's going to do everything it's supposed to do. Thanks for watching.